Whenever I'm with you, feels like I'm floating. You move the
Testing.
seas, it's all for me, you know it's
All right, there we go.
when I'm without you.
Good evening, and welcome to the 2022 WHS Scholarship Ceremony. My name is Josh Kerr, proud principal of Watertown High School. Last night, I was explaining to my 8 and 10-year-old children that I was going to stay late at school to attend the scholarship ceremony. My daughter Eliza asked, "What happens at a scholarship ceremony?" I said, "In a nutshell, WHS students are receiving over $500,000 to pursue their dreams." Eliza said, "That's awesome." I said, "Yes, it is." I've been fortunate enough to have attended this event since 2015, and I share with all sincerity, this is one of my favorite evenings of the entire school year. A special thanks to Deb Fisher and Katie Perkle for their efforts behind the scenes to plan this event. At this time, please give a huge round of applause to Deb and Katie. Tonight is a celebratory event for so many people for so many reasons. Most importantly, this night celebrates the many accomplishments and potential of some of our most dedicated students. Students, congratulations. We are proud of you and all the work, effort, and dedication to excellence that you have demonstrated during your time at WHS. You will go on to shape your communities, and I challenge you to make the most of this opportunity. Parents and families, this is a celebration of your most precious gift, preparing to make the impact you have always known they would make. The many nights of driving to practices, attending performances, and being your child's biggest cheerleader have finally come to fruition as they prepare to pursue whatever comes next. Parents, we thank you for your ongoing support, guidance, and direction that has led your student to being here this evening. Students, at this time, please give your parents and family a huge round of applause. Last but not least, this is a celebration of the Watertown community. This evening, over $500,000 will be awarded to WHS students. Let me repeat that, over $500,000. This level of support is yet but another example of the support our community provides and the faith our community has in our young people. Many people, organizations, and years of service have gone into providing the support we will see on full display this evening. Students, be sure to take full advantage of the opportunities of the generous gifts will provide you and your future. When communities come together to support their young people, great things happen. And now you are a part of that future. Enjoy this evening, and as my 10-year-old son Miles would say, this is the most amazing thing ever. It truly is, and I look forward to celebrating with you this evening. At this time, I would like to welcome to the stage Jennifer Pennington, WHS Associate Principal, to begin the ceremony. Thank you.
The Jerome Herod Science Award is presented to outstanding seniors in the field of science. Mr. Herod served on the faculty of WHS from 1930 to 1966. He taught several areas, but his main interest was physics. Throughout his career, Mr. Herod maintained high standards for his students. So in order to recognize such excellence in the field of science, the Jerome Herod Science Award was established. In order to receive this award, a student must have shown high scholastic ability in all areas of science: biology, chemistry, physics, and advanced science, high achievement in relation to ability, leadership in class and school activities, true loyalty and dedication to WHS, and a good, wholesome attitude toward fellow students and adults. The award itself was designed by Jim Hune, a physics teacher at WHS, and based upon a patch designed by Dan Brandenstein for his first space shuttle mission. Commander Brandenstein is a WHS alumni and veteran of 4 space shuttle missions, 3 of which he commanded. Past Herod winners have gone on in various fields of science, including medicine, chemistry, microbiology, and engineering. I'm proud to announce this year's recipient, Margaret Strupp. The NHS Scholarship is given to a student who has dedicated themselves to service, leadership, character, and academics. The student has gone above and beyond the call of duty. This year's recipient of $250 is Madeline Kilps. At this time, I'd like to welcome Dan Stratman and Steve Zillmer.
Thank you very much. Dan and I are very honored to represent Post 189, the American Legion post here in town, and we have some awards and scholarships to hand out this evening. The first one, we would like to have Emma Lemke come up, please. Emma's coming up. If you're not doing anything on Monday, I would strongly encourage you to stop down at Memorial Park because Emma is going to be saying the Gettysburg Address. She is the reader that has been chosen for this year. And reader is not exactly the right word because normally they have it memorized, but sometimes things happen. And she's also been chosen because of her commitment to the community and for her leadership. She will recite the Gettysburg Address at the Memorial Day after the parade and celebrations at the Senior Center. This year, Emma Lemke was chosen for these honors, and she is going to be receiving a $150 check from the Legion for that. Hold tight, Emma. I know, you're impatient. Me too. Okay. Okay, I believe you. Would Owen Harris please come up? The American Legion Post 189 awards one female and one male the American Legion School Medal Award. This is presented to foster interest in all levels of government, citizenship, and provide students the opportunity to receive recognition and scholarships. This award is given to the students who display acts of citizenship, courage, honor, patriotism, leadership, and the community service. This year's recipients are Emma and Owen. They are each receiving $250. $250. Well, wait, Emma. That lady wants to leave the stage. Okay, you can go now. Congratulations, thank you. The next one, there are 3 scholarships. They total $1,000 each, and that will be given to them after they're enrolled in the school of their choice. The American Legion Post 189 has a scholarship in place to assist an individual with tuition and some financial needs as appropriate. The scholarship ranking is certainly key in selecting these 3. Oh, I should ask them to come up. Matthew Bushke. If I slaughter the names, then I get to keep the $1,000, just so you know. Iris Leach and Carter Hesse. So in addition to the scholarship rankings, the extracurricular activities, the moral character, and general positive attitude are some of the criteria for choosing these three individuals. And I've already indicated how much they're getting, very well deserved. Is one not here, I assume? Okay, that's right, that's the one Dan and I will be splitting, just so you know. Well, maybe not. Congratulations, thank you very much. Okay, the last one that we are doing is Badger Boys, and each year the Watertown American Legion Post 189 awards 4 boys. Oh, let me call them up here right away. Gage Atkins, Nathan Walters, Christian Zastro, Jonathan Zietlow. So if you would come forward if you're here. While they're coming up, as I started to say, each year the Watertown American Legion Post 189 awards 4 boys the opportunity to participate in the Badger Boys state program. They will work with boys from all over the state to form their own government and laws. Boys are chosen based on their general character, school and community involvement, and the commitment to the study of social studies. This year, the Badger Boys session will be held June 12th through the 18th at UW Eau Claire. I've already indicated who the 4 are. I think I better get out the pamphlet here so Dan can, the names are inside. I know Dan doesn't want to leave the stage, but I'm going to. Thank you very much for being here this evening. This is a real honor to represent, for both of us, to represent our American Legion Post. God bless all of you.
I'm Carol Peters.
She did it.
The American Legion Family Nursing Scholarship is provided by the Legion Post 189, Legion Auxiliary Unit 189, and the Sons of the American Legion. This scholarship is awarded to a student pursuing a degree in nursing, the value being $1,500 payable at $500 per year for 3 years. This year's recipient is Suedi Villarreal. I think I may have pronounced that correctly. Is she here? Oh, okay. Oh, here she comes. Congratulations. How did I do with your name? Okay. So we have 3 girls going to for the Badger Girls State to Oshkosh on June 19th to the 24th. American Legion auxiliary units and local high school educators work together to select girls to attend Badger Girls State by evaluating potential leadership qualities of the delegates. They must be enrolled in the junior year of a Wisconsin public, parochial, private, or home school, whether she resides in Wisconsin or a neighboring state. She must be a citizen of the United States, have an interest in government and citizenship, have a scholastic rating in the upper 1/2 of her class, have outstanding qualities of leadership, good moral character, cooperativeness, dependability, and participation in extracurricular activities. So our 3 delegates that are going are Zia Emmerich, Olivia Brutton. These 2 are sponsored by the American Legion Auxiliary, Unit 189, and Michaela Fessler. She is sponsored by the Elks Lodge of Watertown. And each girl is going to get a tote bag, a medal, a certificate, and a sticker. The medal and the tote bags have been donated by Benjamin Hoppenrath. I would like to introduce Gary Winkler.
Good evening. I represent VFW Post 3709 in Watertown. We offer two $500 scholarships for citizenship, scholarship, and attendance. Our two recipients this year are Mia Delfrade and Christian Rhodes. They tell me that Christian is at the track sectional. So our next presenter will be Jamie Kemp.
There'll be four of them that I'll announce here today. First one is the Rena Mullen-Amacher Award. This award is given by Rena Mullen-Amacher, who taught and coached Watertown athletics for 22 years. The purpose of this award is to recognize a senior female athlete who has demonstrated athletic and academic accomplishments while simultaneously involving herself in other extracurricular activities. This recipient shall receive a scholarship award in the amount of $500. This year's recipient is Emily Kranz. Wow. The next one, the Kevin Walheisen Memorial Scholarship. The Kevin Walheisen Memorial Scholarship Award is given to perpetuate the memory of Kevin Walheisen by providing a scholarship to a male student athlete who has lettered in football and baseball. Kevin's untimely death prevented him from fulfilling a future that was bright and full of promise. It is the wishes of the Walheisen family that the following award of $1,500 will enable its recipient to realize his full potential. This year's recipient is Nathan Kiel. Next award is the Badger Conference Athletic Award. The Badger Conference is one of the premier conferences in the state of Wisconsin. This 16-team conference began play in 1951 and is entrenched with tradition when it comes to academics and athletics. This year, there are two students receiving the Badger Conference Athletic Award, Madison Peters and Dylan Geske. My last award will be the WIAA Scholar Athlete Awards. Each year, WIAA presents 2 Scholar Athlete Awards to each of its member schools. The award is given to one female and male student who has excelled academically and athletically. This year, 430 member schools nominated seniors for consideration for a total of 830 students throughout the state. The male WIAA Scholar Athlete representative is Nathan Kiel. Even though we hear all this noise going on outside, the female WIAA Scholar Athlete representative, who will probably be right now competing in the sectional for track, trying to make her way to state, is Riley Quinn. Our next presenter, sometimes our last names get mixed up, so I've created a middle name for him. Our next speaker will be Chris Theodore Kemp.
Good evening. I'm here tonight to present 2 social studies scholarships, and I thought about writing some notes down, but the 2 people that I'm going to give these to, if I need to write notes down to talk about these 2 young women, then I'm definitely getting too old. Both of these recipients are the epitome of everything we want to produce in a Watertown High School graduate. I like to say, not very often, that my students make me a better teacher. These 2 students have made me a better teacher. They've made the world a better place already, and they're just starting. I've known them for several years now. They've been a member of our academic decathlon team. They've taken advanced placement history courses. They are both currently in philosophy. They are both leadership members of our student rotary. My students have heard me say oftentimes, if you have a task at hand and you walk into a room, the most important thing to do is to figure out who the smartest person in the room is. When these 2 girls walk into a room, you don't have to think very hard about the 2 smartest people in the room anymore. The recipients of this year's award are Emma Lemke and Maddie Kilps. Maddie is going on to study philosophy, for one thing, at St. Norbert's, and Emma is going to UW Whitewater to study nutritional science and horticulture. Change the world, girls. Change the world. The next presenter is English teacher extraordinaire Katie Fell. Thank you.
I am here representing Student Council. I'm the advisor. And I would like to recognize 2 students who have exhibited incredible leadership, respectable character, as well as good academic standing. I truly appreciate both of these students, and all of their hard work and efforts, and being able to work with them for the past several years has been a true joy. This year's recipients of the Student Council scholarships, valued each at $500, are Mia Delfredi and Owen Harris. Next, I'd like to welcome Jennifer Pennington to the stage.
Watertown Skills USA and the Riverfest Auto Show have partnered this year to provide a $500 scholarship for a graduating senior with an interest in automotive services. $1 from every auto show entry was donated towards this scholarship, and those participants are excited to support the trades. On behalf of the Riverfest Auto Show, we would like to present a $500 scholarship to Jackson Frederick. The Curtain Club was a community theater group that thrived here in Watertown from the 1950s through the early 1970s. Many years ago, they established a scholarship fund to award and assist young theater enthusiasts here at Watertown High School. It is with heartfelt gratitude that the Curtain Club Scholarship is awarded to Caleb Clark. At this time, I'd like to welcome Deborah Fisher.
Isabel Yadicki was born and raised in Watertown. She attended Webster Grade School and graduated from Watertown High School in 1906. Having been employed as head bookkeeper for over 40 years at the Merchants National Bank of Watertown, Ms. Yadicki was well aware of the importance of a good education. Accordingly, a trust was established in her name in 1982 that has since funded scholarships for business and nursing. This year's recipient of the Isabel Yadicki Scholarship, valued at $500 in business, is Evan Selno, and the recipient of the Nursing Scholarship, valued at $500, is Gwenna Nem. Gwenna couldn't be here this evening, so we get just Evan. Emery Lyle Grady was on the faculty of Watertown High School from 1913 to 1917. Lorna Voigt Grady, a Watertown native and one of his pupils, graduated from Watertown High School in 1918. She later married Emery. Christine Grady Gorder, their daughter, along with their brothers and sisters, set up the Grady Scholarship in memory of their parents, Emery and Lorna. The scholarship is in the amount of $1,000 each. This year's recipient of the Emery Grady Scholarship is Ella Faltersack, who is competing at the track meet, and the recipient of the Lorna Voigt Grady Scholarship is Maya Nelson. And up next is Julie Radent.
Good evening, I'm Julie Radant, the president of the Watertown FFA Alumni and Supporters. As a school bus driver, I've gotten to watch most of these kids grow up, and I think it's great, the men and women that you've become. I'm extremely pleased to be here this evening to celebrate the achievements of our seniors. Watertown FFA Alumni and Supporters are the premier agricultural advocate for youth attending Watertown School District. Each year we award scholarships to the seniors who have participated in FFA. The following students will each receive a $500 scholarship: Marianne Gutenkopf, Louise Saviavet, Allie Fromgren, Drew Detman, and Jacob Tietz. Next up is Ivana Robas.
It's certainly a pleasure to attend this awards event, recognizing the dedication, hard work, and commitment of all you young men and women ready to make your mark on the world. Congratulations to you all. The Watertown Agribusiness Club uses proceeds from the annual Father's Day weekend dairy breakfast for scholarships. Due to the interruption of the COVID-19 pandemic, our traditional dairy breakfast for 2020 and 2021 was canceled. The club was still able to award scholarship monies for 2020 and 2021 in the total amount of $24,750. This benefited 23 area students from our surrounding counties. The 2020 and 2021 scholarship dollars came from a reserve fund, a donation we received from Jim Ostrom with Milk Source Genetics. Jim was a former scholarship recipient. Also, the club received a generous donation from Rural Mutual Insurance of Watertown. The club members are truly grateful for the support we received through the interruption of the COVID pandemic. That brings us to 2022. The club is very excited to resume the traditional Father's Day weekend dairy breakfast. I encourage all of you to consider attending this year. The dairy breakfast is at Crave Brothers Farm, Waterloo, Wisconsin. It is on Saturday, June 18th and Sunday, June 19th from 7 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. There are posters placed all around town and surrounding communities with the ticket details. The posters also list all the area businesses where tickets can be purchased. And watch the Daily Times running an ad with all the information. The purpose of the Watertown Agribusiness Club scholarships is to aid students who are continuing their education in the field of agribusiness. We are pleased to be able to recognize students for their academic achievements, extracurricular involvement, community service, leadership responsibilities, and to support their career goals in the field of agribusiness. The students are encouraged to reapply on a yearly basis while pursuing their agribusiness studies. On behalf of the Watertown Agribusiness Club, it is with pleasure that the club presents 3 scholarships in the amount of $1,000 each. Marianne Gudenkoff, Andrew Detman, and Luis Avila Veda. And next presenter is Mason Degner.
I'm here representing the Exonia Volunteer Firemen's Association. We're a 501c3 nonprofit. Our fundraising supports the Exonia Fire Department, Exonia Food Pantry, and other community organizations. This is the second year that we have been able to offer scholarships, and we select our recipients based on their interest in either public service or nursing. When selecting our recipients, we look for those who are involved with the school and school activities as well as community activities. We look for, This year's recipients are Gwen Nim, who is unavailable to be here at the moment, and Suhaidi Villarreal. Up next is Sue Putra.
As a retired school counselor from the Watertown Unified School District, I know how important it is for kids to be involved in their school. There's a high correlation between athletic involvement, school involvement, and student success. So it is my pleasure to be part of the Booster Club Scholarship Awards. Tonight we are going to award 10 $1,000 scholarships, just as we've done for the last several years. This money is raised by the Booster Club members and parents who offer refreshments at our various games and also from Trivia Night. All parents of athletes are welcome to join the Booster Club, and we would welcome your involvement. These scholarships are based on academics, school involvement, community involvement and employment, an essay, and athletic participation. This year's recipients are Matthew Bushke, Mason Fritchie, Lily Gifford, Kimberly Hoffenstein, Owen Harris, Oliver Myers, Nathan Kale, Riley Quinn, Margaret Strupp, and Aiden Clark. Next, please welcome a representative of the Schwartz family to the podium.
It is my pleasure on behalf of my parents, Ken and Judy Schwartz, and in memory of my brother, Thane Schwartz, a 1997 graduate of Watertown High School, to present one $1,000 scholarship to this year's recipient. Thane excelled as a student athlete, participating in both baseball and football. We are pleased to present another Watertown student athlete with a scholarship in his name. This year's Thane Schwartz Memorial Scholarship winner is Maura Prochaska. Please welcome Julia Gnarski.
I'm here representing Watertown Country Club Women's Association, and I want to congratulate all our scholarship winners. We can all appreciate your hard work and your academic achievements, athletic, and community service. We're all so proud of you. The Women's Association at Watertown Country Club created a scholarship several years ago to award our student athletes that are on the golf team and have maintained academic excellence. This year, the scholarship, we have 2 recipients. It was split. We had equally qualified recipients, and we would like to present each with $1,000. Amanda Garcia, unfortunately she was unable to attend, and Savannah Solinsky. Now I'd like to present. Next up is Jason Wieseman.
Good evening. It's great to be back here in person celebrating the success stories of the students of Watertown High School after a couple of years of being away. It's an honor again to represent Glory Global Solutions, as we give away two $1,000 scholarships to a couple of deserving individuals to help with their secondary education expenses. Formerly the Brandt Corporation, and still on 12th Street, believe it or not, Glory has deep roots within the community of Watertown. We are an international company with our headquarters located in Himeji, Japan, and we are the leader in cash management and automated payment solutions. We currently employ 44 Gosling alumni, ranging from the class of 1979, I was told not to mention who that is, all the way up through the class of 2022. We're also working very closely with the high school and have 10 students that will be having paid internships at Glory Global Solutions this summer, including the two recipients of tonight's scholarships. The first recipient is Brandon Glasnap. He's competing at the sectionals in track and field. Seems to be a lot of people competing there tonight, so that's great representation. So we'll do a mini celebration for him when he starts work with us. And the second recipient is Maggie Astrike. Please welcome our next presenter, Lori Giese.
Good evening. I'm the president of the Watertown Lions Club, and the Lions Club supports visually impaired individuals, hearing impaired, and those with diabetes. With the support of the community, we are able to again offer two $1,000 scholarships. So could Sue Haiti Villarreal come up and Alexis Zupke? Next, we have the Skolinski family with their award.
Well, good evening, and this is a happy night for all you graduates and especially you parents. I'm Diane Skolitsky. I'm representing my son's scholarship memorial. Scott attended Waterloo High School, and he went on to Madison to school. He worked at Froling's, kitty corner across the street over here. He also was at Handley's, and he completed his career at Waste Management on Highway 26. He made electricity, which is probably still going from Watertown all the way to Beloit. So education does pay. At this time, I'm very happy to award a scholarship for $1,250 to Luis Ovila Veta.
The American Association of University Women is in its 141st year of existence. The mission of AAUW profoundly includes advancing gender equity for women and girls through research, education, and advocacy. In principle and in practice, AAUW values and seeks a diverse membership. This year, they are pleased to award $1,750 scholarship to a graduating senior who is planning on earning a four-year college degree. Their applicants compete for the scholarships in the areas of grade point, school activities, community service, and character. AAUW is also pleased to have available a $750 scholarship for a student who's pursuing further education in technology, trades, arts, or culinary arts. Some applicants are planned on four-year degrees and some on two-year programs. All compete in areas of their dedication to their field, success as a high school student in their chosen field, and presentation or description of some of their work. As always, it was challenging selection for the AAUW Scholarship Committee, as all of their applicants for scholarships exhibited wonderful qualities. The recipients for the 2022 scholarships are, for $750, Evelyn Griffin, and for $1,750, Maggie Strupp. The Coach J's Jam Fest is Watertown basketball alumni tournament that just celebrated its 14th year in 2021. Once again, men and women graduates of WHS and alumni of the basketball programs between the ages of 18 and 52 gathered the Saturday after Thanksgiving to celebrate the rich history of Watertown basketball and honor the memory of Coach J and share laughs and memories. Coach J, otherwise known as Steve Jacobson or Mr. J, was an extremely influential teacher and coach at Watertown High School who passed away in 2008 at age 52 after a courageous battle with cancer. As a coach, he was tough, gritty, and had endless energy. Coach J had stints coaching both the boys and girls varsity basketball, won a couple conference championships, and earned a state berth. But more than the wins, he was loved. Players ran through the wall for him. They respected and mirrored his work ethic. His teams utilized all 84 of the basketball court, 84 inches, of the basketball court and played with relentless energy. This year's recipient is Riley Quinn, and Riley is at the sectional track meet. The next presenters are Abby Reichert and Amy Hayden.
My sister and I are here tonight. We are very honored to be able to represent our family in presenting the Kyle Nicholas Kiel Memorial Scholarship, which is our brother. This is the 4th year that we've had the honor of presenting a scholarship. In 2018, Kyle was tragically killed in a car accident at the age of 21. We as his family knew that he was an avid farmer, very passionate about what he did. And after his passing, the stories that we heard from young and old, we knew it was really necessary to put together something to carry on his legacy with others that had the same passion. Kyle attended Watertown High School. He took an active role in the FFA organization. During his time, he won many state awards related to grain farm production. And after graduation from Watertown High School in 2015, he became part owner of Kiel Grain Farms.
So when looking at a candidate that would receive a scholarship in memory of Kyle, we wanted to select someone who exhibited the same passion, ambition, and work ethic needed to succeed in the agricultural industry. This person showed these qualities inside and outside the classroom through community events as well as school activities and organizations. Many honors, awards, and offices were held by this person to encompass the idea of a well-rounded individual. This recipient had the opportunity to experience life growing up on a family farm and witness firsthand the dedication it takes to make it work while at the same time developing a love for farming. It was important that the recipient saw the significance in striving to better themselves while gaining a true realization of the commitment to working hard and learning how to cope when times are rough, especially in such a challenging industry. While taking all of these qualities into consideration, our family is happy to have chosen the 2022 Kyle Nicholas Kiel Memorial Scholarship recipient in the amount of $1,500 to Mary Ann Gudenkoff. Next, we'd like to welcome Vicki Larson.
Good evening. The Stan Larson Memorial Scholarship is in honor of Dr. Stan Larson, who was a highly respected and well-loved dentist. He believed in giving back to his community. He served on the boards of Rotary, JCs, and his church. He was Scoutmaster and an Eagle Scout in the Boy Scouts organization and contributed to many projects in the city. He truly valued education, and this scholarship was set up to honor the things that he felt were important. The scholarship is awarded to someone going into a medical field who has maintained a 3.0 grade point or higher, is active in co-curricular activities, and has also served their community. This year's scholarship recipient is actually going into dentistry, and his name is Nathan Duvernell. Our next presenter is Josh Kerr.
The Watertown Conservation Club is proud to offer a scholarship to a student considering a career in environmental studies, agriculture, or wildlife biology. The mission of the club is to promote interest in hunting, fishing, and to aid in the protection of fish, bird, and game. Conservation Club members are also active in the Wisconsin Wildlife Federation for protection and management of Wisconsin natural resources. This year, the Conservation Club is proud to offer a $1,200 scholarship to Luis Avila Vetti. The Rock River Rescue Foundation is an organization which promotes good stewardship to the surrounding communities bordering the Rock River. Over the last 15 years, the Rock River Rescue has stocked the Rock River with over 1 million fish. This scholarship is intended for a student pursuing a degree in ecosystem conservation or environmental studies. This year, the Rock River Rescue is proud to offer a $1,500 scholarship to Marianne Gudenkoff. At this time, please welcome Steve Menzia and Dale Solberg to the podium.
My name is Steve Menzia and this is Dale Solberg. We are representing the Grelton Conservation Club. The Grelton Conservation Club is a self-support group of interested landowners and environmentally aware hunters located in Dodge and Jefferson counties. One of our goals is to provide a scholarship fund for high school seniors or current college students pursuing a degree in agriculture or natural resources. This year we are proud to be presenting one of the scholarships for $1,150 to Luis Avila Vetti. And our next presenter is Jennifer Pennington.
The Hayes Scholarship for Automotive or Technical Trades is intended for a Watertown High School graduate who will be pursuing a technical career at a vocational or technical school to support the trades industry. This is a $1,500 award that is renewable and is awarded to a student who is pursuing a 2-year degree. She or he has demonstrated an interest in pursuing a career in trades of automotive, building trades, plumbing, electrical, or similar. Our intention is to support students who intend to be critical workers in our community through their pursuit of such necessary careers as those of a skilled trade. This year's recipient is Court Schlichting. The John and Joyce Byrne Scholarship will provide $2,000 to one student who will attend the University of Wisconsin-Madison. This scholarship has awarded thousands of dollars over the years to students who have earned admission into the state's largest university. This year's recipient is John Clifford. At this time, I'd like to welcome back to the stage Deborah Fisher.
Joseph Wimmer graduated from Watertown High School in 1952. He was chosen as the Distinguished Alumni of Watertown High School in 2017. When awarded this honor at the high school's homecoming assembly that year, Joseph told the student body that if Watertown High School were to win the homecoming football game, he would leave a $2,000 scholarship to a graduating senior. Unfortunately, the Goslings did not win the game, but our high school gained a very generous scholarship. This year's recipient is Aaron Selnow. Mrs. Holbert, born Josephine Newman, was born and raised in Watertown and graduated from Watertown High School in 1937. She and her husband named Watertown High School as a beneficiary of the Edwin and Josephine Holbert Trust. Edwin Holbert died January 3, 2006, and his wife Josephine preceded him in 2004. We are very grateful to this couple for thinking of Watertown High School with their generous contributions to our students. The amount of each of these scholarships is $2,000. This year's recipients of the Edwin Holbert Scholarships are Xander Kellen and J.C. Smith, and the recipient of the Josephine Holbert Scholarship is Caitlin Ivey. Up next is the one and only Thomas Schultz.
Pete Coletti, who had a 40-year career as a math teacher and sports coach in Watertown schools, died last fall at the ripe age of 100. His family this year established an annual scholarship in his memory in the amount of $2,000. This year's first recipient is Jacob Narcus. And I believe he's at track meet today too. Okay? Watertown Outboarders, a group of boating enthusiasts, sold their property on the Rock River to the DNR back in 2014, and they dissolved their organization. But as a living legacy, the funds have been placed with the Community Foundation for a scholarship for students studying in the broad areas of natural resource management and environmental topics. Recipient of this year's award is Ashlyn Ryan. Watertown native Beatrice M. Schumann was employed by Wisconsin Bell Telephone Company for nearly 40 years and was deeply active in our Watertown community. In her estate plan, she left a sum of money to the Community Foundation with the purpose of funding an annual scholarship for a Watertown High School senior. Recipient of this Beatrice M. Schumann Memorial Award, valued at $2,000, is Andrew David. Claude Held taught accounting and business law at the technical school in Eau Claire back in the 1960s, which helped prepare him for a 50-year career as a lawyer and corporate executive. His wife, Nell Winkler, went to secretarial school and had a successful career with several major companies. Through their experience, they learned that not every student needs a 4-year college degree to have a satisfying career. This year, they are funding 2 scholarships to the Watertown campus of Madison College, each valued at $2,000. Recipients this year are Kimberly Hoffenstein and Ahana Belke. Jean Darcy Wurtzinger was a Watertown native, and she had a long career in nutrition and dietetics in various hospital and university settings. She never forgot her roots here in Watertown, and through her estate, an annual scholarship in the amount of $2,000 has been established. This award is to be given to a Watertown High School senior who plans to study sciences, nutrition, or dietetics. Recipient this year is Emma Lemke. Rosemary Roll loved the Watertown community where she raised her 8 children, all of whom attended Watertown High School. She worked for Menasha Corporation in Watertown for over 25 years, was deeply active with her children and grandchildren in their many pursuits along with the senior center work and her church. She passed away in 2014, and as a loving memorial to her and to her beloved Watertown, Rosemary's family has established an annual scholarship. Recipient of this first award in the amount of $5,000 is Nathan Pfeiffer. Susan Rule, a lifelong resident of Watertown, passed away November of 2017. She was deeply engaged in the community her entire life and was a member of Watertown's well-known Salek family. In her estate, she left a sum of money to establish the Salek Callahan Scholarship, which this year is valued at $4,000. The recipient this year, Nathan Duvernell. The next presenter is Dr. Cassandra Shug.
Good evening. Rotary is the world's largest service organization with 1.2 million neighbors, friends, leaders, and problem solvers who see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change. The Watertown Rotary Club proudly provides scholarship opportunities to local high school students who support Rotary's mission of integrity, goodwill, and service to others. This year's scholarships are in the amount of $3,000 each and are awarded to Oliver Myers and Liam McCloskey. Neither of them are here this evening, but we will recognize them upon their return. The Ella Rubhausen Scholarship. The Ella Rubhausen Scholarship requires that the recipient meet the following qualifications. The individual must have exhibited a solid scholastic record while in high school. The individual must plan to attend the University of Wisconsin-Madison. The Ella Rubhausen Scholarship is in the amount of $1,200 per year, renewable for each of 4 years, for a total of $4,800. Our congratulations go to this year's recipients of the Ella Rubhausen Scholarship. They are Jacob Tietz and Mia Delfrady. And please welcome back to the podium, Principal Kerr.
The Technical Excellence Scholarship, TES, are awarded by the state of Wisconsin to Wisconsin high school seniors who have demonstrated the highest level of proficiency in technical education subjects. The Technical Excellence Scholarships are intended for students who will attend the Wisconsin Technical College System, WTCS. The value of the scholarship is $2,250 per year towards tuition for up to 3 years. This year, Watertown has 3 Technical Excellence Scholarship winners. They are Lydia Mertz, Alexander Morgan, and Samantha Reno. The Academic Excellence Scholarships, AES, are awarded to Wisconsin public high school seniors who have the highest grade point average in their school. The eligible number of scholarships each year is based on the total student enrollment. In order to receive a scholarship, a student must be attending an accredited university in Wisconsin. The value of the scholarship is $2,250 per year towards tuition for up to 4 years. This year, Watertown has 3 academic excellence winners. They are Nathan Kiel, Jacob Tietz, and Taylor Ruck. The next award is the Badger Conference Top 10 Students. This year, we would like to recognize the year's top 10 students. Would the following students please come forward and remain on the stage with your award for photographs? Audience, please hold your applause until the end. The Badger Conference Top 10 students include Jackson Barta, Dylan Geske, Owen Harris, Nathan Kiel, Madeline Kilps, Emma Lemke, Matthew Marchant, Madison Peters, Margaret Strupp, and Jacob Tietz. All right, parents and families, now feel free to take a couple photographs. All right, let's give a round of applause to our Badger Top 10. Congratulations. Next up is the NAC Scholarship. The Mildred NAC Scholarship is established to honor the valedictorian of Watertown High School. Each year, $1,000 is given to the student who has the highest Laude score. This year, we have 2 valedictorians who will split the $1,000. This year's recipients for the class of 2022 are Nathan Kiel and Jacob Tietz. The Herb Cole Excellence Scholarship Program is to recognize student leadership, citizenship, school and community involvement, and academic achievement. It is the goal of the Herb Cole Educational Foundation to encourage Wisconsin youth to pursue post-secondary education in a public or non-public university, college, or vocational technical college. The foundation awards $10,000 scholarships to 100 Wisconsin high school graduates each year. We are fortunate enough this evening to have 2 recipients of this award, but we'll call them up separately. This year, Watertown High School has 1 recipient of the Herb Cole Student Excellence Scholarship, Owen Harris. This year, Endeavour Charter School has 1 recipient of the Herb Cole Student Initiative Scholarship, Carter Hesse. At this time, please welcome Sharon Darcy and John Holthouse to the stage.
Thank you. I'm John Holthouse. Sharon Darcy is actually sitting out in the audience tonight. But I wanted to say that We lost Joe 2 years ago. Very difficult, very hard, but he was a Watertown graduate, World War II vet, and he went on to have Darcy Rent-A-Cow on the north side of town. And he did very well in his business here in Watertown, and as a result of that has created the foundation 30 years ago. And with that, it's interesting. Every year he's been giving the scholarships, and Deb Fisher approached us about a month ago and said, we have a real dilemma this year, and that we have 8 candidates. We usually give 7 scholarships, so let's reduce the level. And I said, what would Joe Darcy do? He'd say, that's not adequate if you have 8 qualified candidates, so we're actually going to raise it. So we're giving away 8 scholarships tonight to for $7,500 apiece to Matthew Marchant, Marianne Gudenkoff, Allie Fromgen, Luis Aveda Vet, Jacob Tietz, Andrew Detman, Margaret Astrike, and Ashley Rain. Next is Tom Schultz.
The Earl and Eugenia Quirk Foundation has partnered with the Watertown Community Foundation in a number of areas that benefit our community, one of which has been the establishment of a $10,000 scholarship awarded annually to a Watertown High School senior. This scholarship is funded through the Brandt Quirk families, which for generations owned Brandt Automatic Cashier Company and later Brandt Incorporated here in Watertown. Recipient of this year's award is Lily Gifford. The Watertown Area Community Foundation also works closely with the officials of Moss Brothers Construction Company and the Moss family. And they are again presenting a $10,000 scholarship to a student planning to attend a 4-year college in the field of engineering. The Earl and Albert Moss Family Scholarship is given in honor of these 2 men who were the 2nd generation of the company's management. During their tenure, the company developed a solid reputation through teamwork and integrity. The recipient of this $10,000 award this year is Madison Peters. Christopher and Dorothy Coogan were longtime residents of Watertown, and they cared deeply about our community and its youth. Christy owned and operated a successful insurance agency here for many years, and they set aside in their estate plan a sum of money for a scholarship program. This year, that money will establish 2 scholarships, each valued at $10,000, and they are being awarded to Iris Leach and Evan Schubert. Our next speaker is Dr. Cassandra Shug.
Edna H. Weigel died on November 23, 1994, at the age of 102. Prior to her retirement in 1964, Edna Weigel was an elementary school teacher in the Watertown Unified School District for more than 50 years. Ms. Weigel placed a high priority on education, and she used her will to establish the Edna H. Weigel Scholarship Fund. The Edna H. Weigel Scholarship is awarded in the amount of $2,250 per year, renewable for 4 years, totaling $9,000. This year's recipients of the Edna H. Weigel Scholarships are Jessie Gramowski, Mia Delfrady, Lily Farmer, and Emma Lemke. It is exciting to be able to announce the recipients of the Muriel Thawer Scholarship. In order to qualify for the Muriel Thawer Scholarship, the applicants must have met the following criteria: earned a GPA of at least 3.0, been involved in co-curricular activities while in high school, and demonstrated leadership and outstanding personal character. The Muriel Thawer Scholarship is awarded in the amount of $3,000 per year, renewable for 4 years, totaling $12,000. Our congratulations go out to this year's recipients of the Muriel Thawer Scholarships: Christian Rohde, Jacob Tietz, and Megan Hurchin. And please welcome back again, Mr. Thomas Schultz.
The Watertown Area Community Foundation this year is presenting a $15,000 Larry and Sally Reich Nursing Scholarship to a student pursuing a degree in nursing, which was the profession Sally loved and practiced for so many years. Recipient of this award is Sue Haiti Villarreal. Joseph E. Davies was a Watertown native and valedictorian of the Watertown High School class of 1894. He went on to graduate from the University of Wisconsin-Madison Law School in 1901. He then became a brilliant lawyer and a prominent political figure, serving as ambassador to Russia and Belgium in the late 1930s, and served in various capacities in the Wilson, Roosevelt, and Truman administrations. He also served as chairman of the Federal Trade Commission. And Joe Davies never forgot his hometown. In 1951, he established the scholarship program which bears his name and continues to this day. This year's scholarship is valued at $20,000 and is awarded to a student who will attend his alma mater, UW-Madison. The recipient this year, Andrew Detman. Dr. Frederick Lemke, a Watertown native, had a long career as a professor at Heidelberg College in Tiffin, Ohio. He returned to Watertown in retirement and left a sizable portion of his estate to the Watertown Area Community Foundation with the express purpose of funding a scholarship program for Watertown High School students in memory of his parents, the Reverend Frederick W. and Ruth Hauser Lemke. During his pursuit of a bachelor's, a master's, and ultimately a doctorate, Professor Lemke learned firsthand the financial difficulties students can have while pursuing higher education. His legacy to our community this year is funding 6 individual scholarships, each valued at $21,000 over 4 years of college. And on behalf of the Community Foundation and the legacy of Dr. Lemke, this scholarship is being presented to Aiden Clark, Dylan Geske, Owen Harris, Madeline Kilps, Nathan Kale, and Taylor Ruck. We're not done yet. Betty Jane Joseph of Watertown was a graduate of the University of Wisconsin-Madison and went on to become a medical researcher at several hospitals, including St. Luke's Hospital in Chicago. It was her wish that a scholarship program be established for students at Watertown High School. Her legacy this year funds 2 scholarships, each valued at $26,000 over 4 years. Recipients of these scholarships must be pursuing a degree in the broad field of science. On behalf of the Community Foundation, I'm proud to present these scholarships to Emily Kranz and Margaret Strupp. Excuse me. Carl H. Zinser, for many years, was a successful farmer just west of Watertown. In his estate planning, he set aside a large sum of money to provide scholarships to the Watertown High School seniors. This year, Carl H. Zinser's legacy will fund the 2 largest publicly administered scholarships at Watertown High School. Recipients of the scholarships will each receive $30,000 over 4 years to pursue their undergraduate degrees. The recipients are Jackson Barta and Madeline Brunner. And now some comments from Deb Fisher.
Wow. If you're here today, you are very fortunate to have received a wonderful financial gift from members of this community. I would like to take a moment for all of us to express our gratitude to these very giving members and organizations of Watertown. Thank you to the presenters that took the time to be here to present this evening. Thank you to our administrative team, our superintendent who has only supported us through all of these years. Yep. To our new lighting staff, we had a lot of COVID call-ins today, so we were a little panicked, Katie and I. And we owe a huge thank you to Katie Perkle, who without her, this ceremony would not take place as smoothly as it does. So kudos to Katie. And another kudos to the Darcys. Sharon, thank you so much for everything. Like John Holthouse said, I was panicked. We've never had so many ag students that qualified for scholarships in 1 year. And when I called, I thought, these are all such deserving kids. Can we just divide the amount we have amongst eight? And he's like, heck no. I'm going to offer $1,500 more per scholarship to these kids. So it just makes my job so easy. So thank you. While we are all present, I need to tell students and parents to read the letter that was given to every recipient today. Each scholarship has very specific details that need to be followed in order to ensure that the payment is distributed correctly. Katie Perkle spends hours on these letters. We do not want to hear from you once you graduate, so follow what the letter says. Please put the letter in a safe place so that you have it handy for each semester. And students, our incredibly generous and supportive community members have reached out financially to help you start your future endeavors. Without these people and their contributions, we would not be here to accept well over $500,000. Please don't forget to express your gratitude. Senior class of 2022, I encourage each of you here today to think about the support that the Watertown community has given to you. In the future, perhaps it'll be your turn to give something back to the community of Watertown. You might even decide to pay it forward to a future deserving Watertown High School scholarship applicant. Quoted by Winston Churchill, "We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give." Let's strive to make a difference in someone's life like these generous people have made in yours. Thank you.
Good evening again. I have just a few closing remarks, most of which are our gratitude and thanks to everyone who is here this evening. I want to thank all of you for coming this evening. Along with graduation, it is truly one of the very best nights of the year. To witness the tremendous generosity of our community and to see our students highlighted for the many years of hard work, study, and giving back to the community is both heartwarming and exhilarating. There are so many individuals to thank for making this evening possible, and we've thanked some of them already, but I want to take an extra minute to truly thank Deb Fisher, who invests time, energy, countless hours to coordinate this evening's program. So once more, if we could thank Deb Fisher. And that is exactly the kind of thanks that she deserves. And we just said thank you to Katie Perkle, but I also want to say thank you again to Katie, our clerical staff, the WHS administrative team for all this work again to make this evening possible. Thank you. I want to thank and offer congratulations to our amazing students who were honored tonight. You have so much to be proud of. You make your teachers, your administrators, your school, your community, and your parents and your families so very, very proud. Congratulations. And speaking of parents and family members here tonight, I want to thank you for the opportunity to work with your children here in the WUSD. I know you have all supported the outstanding students in this room, attending countless hours of events, supporting them in countless endeavors. I know you feel it tonight, not for the first time and not for the last time, that they have made you so very proud. Students, if once again you could take a moment to thank your parents and your family here tonight for all they have done to help you achieve your goals and your futures. And finally, I want to once again thank all of the organizations and individuals represented here tonight for your support for our students. The organizations represented this evening have provided, you've heard it over and over, well over $500,000 in scholarships this evening, amounting to millions of dollars over the years to our Watertown High School graduates. Many of these students would not be able to follow the path to their future without this financial assistance. So thank you for helping our students to achieve the lives that they want, the futures that they deserve with your generosity. And finally, I want to offer my sincere congratulations on what you all have accomplished and to say thanks for making all of us proud and so encouraged for our future. Tonight we celebrate all that you have already accomplished, but we also look to the future for all the great work that we know you will all continue to do. Congratulations, seniors. Congratulations, parents. And may all of you have a very wonderful evening. Thank you. That's it. Have a great night.